Good morning, Claudia. How are you?
Hello, Carlo. I'm okay.
Hmm? I just I'm outside, so it's not my office. I have to just cover my background, and maybe the connection is not so good, but I'm here with you today.
That's the most important.
Yeah, sometimes it can be that you can do the live just all by yourself or just with the other people about investigations. I don't know. It depends. But today I'm here. So, as you know, we have just one live per week in English. We are thinking about to do two lives in English per week. So, in this case, the first live it will be just for free questions for Q&A day, as you know. But the second time, the second day of the week, uh, we mm, we talk about the investigation session we have in English just to analyze the results, etc. But now we have to divide to split this live in two parts. The first part is just Q&A day, questions from the public, and the second time just to analyze the investigation of this week with the people, with operators, support who participated this week to these investigations. And the theme of the investigation for today, for this week, is the new Pope. But let's talk about it just after the second part of this live. Okay, so Claudia, we have just some questions from the post. Let's start
I
with the.
have.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I have. I have a few, but are related. Most of them. Just a second to open it. Um, are related with the period of metabolization process after a session.
Okay, I remember you, Pablo. You are watching the video, the live right now on YouTube. You can watch this video in the investigation channel on YouTube or in the YouTube channel of mine, just the X multiple language, because I lost the English channel. I don't know why. By Google doesn't allow me to get in again. I don't know because of security reasons, but I know I cannot get in into my channel. I lost my channel. I have to open another one in English. So right now it's just in my multi-channel English YouTube and of course in the English Facebook page. And wherever you are, in which channel you are, you can write your questions just in the comment box. And that's it. We are here just to answer you. So the first questions, Claudia, is about the metabolization of the session, the hypnotic session. The time,
Exactly.
what exactly?
If there are any signs, emotional, physical, or mental, that indicate the person is successfully metabolizing the session.
Okay,
So, for a
just
person who just did it.
mhm. Of course, if you want to understand if the metabolization is over and with a positive results, it's because you don't have anymore the problem you got just in the past. because of the session you requested in the past. So if you don't have all the symptoms, all the problems or issues you had in the past, or just a part of them, of course, the session was positive, but metabolization successfully, of course, and that's it. But the most important thing is the metabolization period is completely personal. You cannot compare a period of a person with another one person, of course, because the process is completely personal. It's because of your consciousness level. It's because of the situation, because of your personal situation, your familiar, professional situation, etc. So many conditions, many options you have around you, just to uh, combine among them. You can have just a result and just the time of the metabolization of the session. So it's completely personal. And one thing, very important thing, is when you after the session, when you are metabolizing the session, you don't have to think. If you can, you can, of course. But if you, it's better. It's better just to don't not think to the session, not thinking at all. Because if you think, you maybe can start to program unconsciously your subliminal mind with the rational one. Because you think, maybe I think this pain, I still I'm still feeling this pain, or I still have this problem. I don't know, and maybe the session didn't work for me. So you think all these things, and as you are your power, you can create everything you think, everything you believe, everything. So you are creating your negative results, your lack of results because of your thinking, because of your beliefs. So it's very important to think of your session. Of course, if you are have this consciousness level, that's to think positive, or because you are aware about this creating power you have, so you can manage it. But if not, don't think about it, because you can avoid completely just the possibility that you are creating against yourself unconsciously. This is very important. Okay, so Red, you have to leave, but we just started right now. Oh, bye, Red. So another questions, Claudia.
This is actually a second part of the same question. What can someone do to accelerate the metabolization process?
Accelerate. You don't need to accelerate anything, because it's just altering the process. Why you are in a hurry? Why you are in a rush? No, this is not the real, the correct process. It's like a person can be rich just in a very small time. So many people are just they lose many money because they want to gain many money just in a very short time. In a very short time, you have the probability just to lose everything, because many conditions. And right now I'm not here just to explain something about it. But if you create something in the long term, so you have more probability of success, of a good success in this one. But they just took an example about investment, for example. But I can take any kind of example. If you are in a hurry, the results are completely negative at all. The probability just to have negative results is very high. So be careful, don't be in a hurry. Because when you can reduce the time of everything, you are large this time. You are create a longer time to have result, because you got down and you have to stand up again. So you lose all the time, energy, money, everything. It depends everything you are doing. So don't be in a hurry. You take your time. Take your time. Take it easy. Don't think about the time. Don't think about anything. Just live. Just enjoy. Don't be in a hurry. Relax yourself. It's not a race. It's not a competition. It's your life.
If you allow me, if you allow me, Carlo, this is I think the problem. Everyone is looking for a quick fix procedures, and it's not like that. We need to be patient with ourselves. We need to let the process to unfold by itself after a session, because we are so complex. There are so many things deep down inside of us, so we have to leave things to do their own process to take place in the right time, as our being considers being the right time, not our rational mind, that's which is always in hurry, always wants fast procedure, but it's not that how it works actually.
For example, Amy is writing. You might want to create a pre-session so that everyone can be prepared before they do their session. Okay. The best way just to enjoy a session is just to follow the theme in everything: investigation, session, lives like this one, etc. And training courses, because we have training courses too, of course, because all this stuff can make you understand everything, can make you aware about the esoteric world around you. So in this case, it's better. Just if you don't have just the correct level of consciousness and you do a session, you don't understand the meaning of the session, maybe you cannot have any results or just a partial result. But it's okay. It's just your process. Maybe just in a few months after the metabolization session, you can understand, or we can understand that you need another session, for example. Okay, we can do it. But it's just a process, and if you do a pre-session, a post-session, just no, it's not. It's just not the idea, because you don't have to think about the session. You have to make the session to work inside you. You don't have to use your rational mind. You don't have to understand anything in rational mind. You just have to leave your subliminal mind to do the work, to understand the work. You have to stay alone. You have to take alone your subliminal mind to all the stuff of the physical world. No, no. In this case, I don't agree about it, because this kind of stuff is different about any other kind of stuff. It's just different. It's not just to go to school just to learn something, just learn about, I don't know, chemical physics, mathematics, and just the more you can do is better, just to understand better the themes. No, no, no. You do a session, stay there. Make your subliminal part just to stay alone, to metabolize all the esoteric information you got in the session. That's it. After that, step by step, you can get closer to all this stuff, all these themes, the esoteric themes, and you can increase your level of consciousness. Anyway, we are here just to explain all these things, and this is the reason, because of these lives, of course. Mhm. And I want to inform that we have an English training course for the Hypno Operator Grade 1. It just in September, no, Claudia? The first days of
Yes.
September, the class, the slots for the classes are open, and you can book, or you can get info, just info, writing to this mail you can see in the screen, info@calogerogrifasi.com. You can write an email, and you can get any information about anything: training courses, hypnotic sessions, investigations, and all the activity in the team. So I just send you in the comments the link, just to just to a moment, to get into the correct page on my site, because in my site There are many pages in base of the language, no? So the English one is the correct one, just to get information and to book for the training course. You have just the link on internet, and I want to share the screen right now just to show you that this is the English page. Okay, so here you have just the best information just to understand our work, the Grifasi method on hypnosis. It's very interesting. If you go down, you can access just from information about the method, the academy project, the investigations, etc. And here you have compare the Dolores Cannon method with the Grifasi's one. It's very interesting. You have interviews, very interesting interviews here. Okay, and here you have just induction tests in English, just to discover your hypnotic susceptibility, or if you want to train your hypnotic susceptibility here. And now you can book a session, of course. The tutor will give you just user and password to get into the calendar, just to book your session. And here you can reserve your training course, first grade for hypnoperator in English. You can get here, buy ticket, and you can buy it. It's very simple. So you have the link just in the comment. Okay, so Claudia, other question?
Um, what patterns or personality traits seem to make a person more susceptible to reinterference? To be
Just to
reinterfered.
avoid just
No, what personality traits are more susceptible to be interfered? A person
reinterfered.
reinterfered, yes, after a session.
But there is no direct connection between
No,
the hypnotic
just
susceptibility and just the reinterfering.
no, just asking about a person, how a person should be, what vulnerabilities should have to become reinterfered again.
Okay, this is a rational mind question. So it doesn't it doesn't make any sense, because the esoteric world is just another world, another rules, and the rational mind cannot understand these rules, because the rational mind is just were just designed to understand the physical world with a win timeline, one timeline, unflexible timeline, just a space with limits and many other things. This is the physical world, and the rational mind is just to understand and just to live in this physical world. But in the esoteric world, we need another kind of mind to understand, to move in this world, and this is the subliminal mind, unconscious mind. So when we have to think about anything into the esoteric world, we have to think about other rules, other languages, just the language of the subliminal mind, not the rational one. So the mistake we we do always is just to understand this esoteric world with the rational mind. No, the logic is completely different to understand this. So you don't have to do anything to avoid to be interfered again, because it's just only because of you, because of your level of consciousness. Because if you understand that you are power and everything you want, you realize, create, etc., if you don't want to be interfered again, you will not be interfered again anymore. Okay, so don't worry about it, because if you think it is because you didn't understand this concept, because of your power, you are express your fear, and when you have fear, you are creating your world, your inside world with fear. And when you do this with fear, you are into a inferior position respect the other part of the world. So no, don't stay there, because this is just the correct way to be interfered again. Don't be scared. Don't think about it. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you are worried, it's just the contrary. You are in danger if you are worried. If you're not, everything will be okay. Of course, your process to set yourself completely free it can be long, large, for example. It's okay. Don't be in a hurry. Just take it easy, stay in your time. That's it. Don't think. Don't think. Don't question yourself. Don't use your rational mind to understand the esoteric things because you can't. So it's just the answer I gave in the previous questions. Don't think. Don't use your rational mind to understand this world because this is another world. So we have two questions, I think.
Yes.
Alexander, in a world where everything is an illusion, fake, what you must do, in your opinion, to find the truth? Okay, the question is a little complex because you start from a prejudice. So you think that anything is an illusion or something fake. So you are creating this. Everything is fake. Everything is illusion. So of course, everything is fake because you are believing this in your inner world. Everything is fake. Where is the truth? There is no truth because everything is fake. So you are limiting your possibility just to understand that information, a real information that may help you to understand something. For example, the information is there. You just only have to understand the mechanism, the logic, everything is moving just to understand things. There's no truth, it just understand things because if you understand things, you can understand if is everything something is manipulated and you can get over the manipulation. If you can get over the manipulation, you are just using you are with information, just the information you can use. This information it's just for you. You can elaborate this information, that's it. You are in the truth because the truth is information over the manipulation. So when you are into a co-creation with our entities, other intelligence, you have to understand the mechanism, the logic of everything is moving to understand the manipulation and get over the manipulation. So we are here just to, I repeat, to make from training course sessions, lives, just to understand this world, this esoteric world. And we have other questions. Robert, during beginning of the session, when you ask what part of the body is the energy coming out, does it have any meaning or does it influence your strategy? Okay, Robert. These questions can be have two meanings, but I just use one. One meaning is because I can understand in base of the part of the body this subliminal part is getting out. For example, in the moment of the death, for example, or just in the moment when you say to someone to get out of the body, energy, etc. Because the part this energy is choosing is because it's just a part when is there is a connection with the problem. Maybe, for example, the sexual part. Okay, so something is happening there, or from the head. Maybe in the mental body something is happening. Maybe, but for me, it's not this the meaning. It can be, of course, but I do this just because I want to find out that the other person into hypnosis is seeing the subliminal part. So is visualizing. This person is in hypnosis, just in a good level of hypnosis, then I can do something more in the session. Because if the person is telling me, no, no, I don't see anything. I don't see. Okay, you are not visualizing. I know that you are not in hypnosis or you are just in the enough level of hypnosis just to make the work, the job, and that's it. So it's just for me, just to understand the level of hypnotic, uh, the level of the hypnosis above the clients, where the client is in. This is the reason. It's just for me. And there's four questions. Oh, four questions. Oof. Yeah, four
To
questions.
this person, if you allow me, Carlo, I already answered by mail. So
Uh-huh.
dust. You just check your mail because I answered to you just 2-3 hours ago.
Mhm.
He asked about a paid course. You'll see on the second question or
Okay,
third
second
question.
question. Thanks to you, Calogero, and to your teams, you very great contribution in bringing awareness that there is more to reality than a superficial glance. Okay, so
The
second
next one.
question, first question:
Yes, this one
will you do any work in the future, like writing books or video lectures or any paid courses that describe
first.
what you have uncovered in your research thus far? Okay, so I repeat, I'm writing a book. My work is getting me very busy every day, so I write the book just in the short time I can have to do it. Right now, I can say that I'm just 20-25% of the book, maybe. So hold on, because in some time this book will born. Sometimes will get out. And paid training course, of course. We have an English training course in September. This is the first course in English after many times. I think that the
Yes.
last training course in English was made 4 or 5 years ago, just before the
Almost
pandemic.
for.
Just
Hmm.
before the pandemic. After the
Yes.
pandemic, I didn't do any English training course. And after that, I want to record a training course in English just to put the video, just like the other training course in Russian, Romanian, Polish, Italian, Spanish, French, etc. In English too. In English too, and in other languages, maybe two, with the artificial intelligence. Maybe it just work on. Okay. And second question. In one old interview, you said you are still investigating why did the all-knowing or powerful spirit of a person decide to come here. If it's all-knowing, powerful, it will know this place is a illusionary trick and not enter. So either the spirit needs to grow to become aware, to not get stuck in trap systems, or it's here because it has perverted sense of having fun. Okay, it depends, because there are people, the majority of people just get here because of the very low level of awareness. So they get in the trick, and they stay here just into a karma
System.
a car see a karma system or another kind of trick, and that's it. Just they come here just to suffer and just to live a hard life. I know. But in another level of consciousness, you know you what you want. You know you can decide just by yourself everything, just because you want it. You know that everything in your space is completely without any strength, because it's just your power. It's under your power. So you can decide if you want to go on Earth to live a material life or not. But in other case, you can be aware that the life on Earth is this kind of life, and you want to do. You want to go. You just want to live this life. It depends. The combination are very. You have to understand the combination are 360 degrees, because you can decide everything. A part of them of this probability, because you are not aware at all about this kind of control system, and you get down in the trick, in the trap, of course. But in the other kind of possibility, you are aware and you won't go because of you, because you want, for any reason you want. Okay,
Yes.
so there is just not one thing, one option, because of the trick, because no, it's because the combinations are so infinite. Infinite. And the third one, we have to go fast because we have just
Hmm.
to talk about the investigation. So when you're medium, support person, support people, describe what they are seeing about something, or they wait a moment. When your support people describe what they are seeing about something. Are they in fact actually traveling and observing it, or do they just get vivid image in their eyes? Any tips for astral travel? It depends, because the information can be get in any kind of information, visual, because of a feeling, because of a telepathical message. But in this case, I think Claudia can answer about her kind of receiving information when she is under the process. Please, Claudia.
Um, if you want my straight opinion, because I know we don't have so much time, I don't think we actually astral traveling during the hypnosis sessions, but more we connect telepathically with the person. But as the energy we know it's traveling all over, we simply connect to the energetic body of that person. But I would not say we directly astral traveling. I don't know much about this, but I think it's a bit entangled one to another. It's not something that you can separate, because I'm sure that I feel things that are not my own during a channeling, for example, or during a session. I know exactly, I'm sure 100% that comes from the other person. So I don't know if you call this astral traveling or what it is. It's a bit combined. This is my
Mhm.
opinion.
Okay, thank you, Claudia. In some of your hypnosis videos, or gets a brief view or how to leave the illusory matrix simply by becoming aware and not to be afraid, of course, and acting his own power and waiting to leave it. Yes, of course. There is no question, just a confirmation. It's okay.
Yes. Mhm.
And another one, how will you define, how do you understand high level of consciousness versus low level of consciousness? Is because if you are aware about your power and you use your power in your space, then your level is high enough just to dominate the situation. If not, just the contrary, because your level is so low and you get dominated because you are not aware about your power and you don't use your power. That's it. The last one. Can the state egregore interfere humans behind the physical plane? Of course. Of course. Completely correct. Yes. Okay, so thank you very much for your questions today. Now, Claudia, I'm thinking just to do the second live in English just on Friday at this time, 1:11 Italian time.
Sure. Perfect for me.
Mm, I think we are giving you confirmation about the second live in English. Just an idea, but in the official channels, Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you can have just the confirmation just for Friday 1:30 Italian time. Now, let's start with the investigation channel. We have we have just the operator, the hypnotic operator, and
Yes.
the support people just here. I want to present to you just the first one, Joanna and Julia
Hello, hello.
Hello.
and Christina. Good morning.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello,
How
good
are you?
morning. Good
Hello.
evening.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for stay here today. So I just want to explain just very shortly why you are here. Please disconnect your microphone if you are not talking, because we are here listening to any background noise. Thank you very much. So they are here because they participated just to the investigation theme, investigation protocol this week. It is the Pope Leon. I don't know in English, Lion 14. And now we are going to ask questions about this investigation session, and let's talk and analyze this protocol. Okay, so to do investigation in hypnosis is not so simple, because you cannot have a just listen to a session, one session or a pair of sessions, just a lot of sessions, just to understand the truth. No, there's no truth in this way. Maybe if you wanted to discover some information in this way, you have to look for thousands of sessions done with the same questions, just to get the different answers the different people can can get into hypnosis. In this case, you can recollect all the sensors, and you have to analyze, filter these answers to get just the common information. All the thousands of sessions. It's just very uh, enormous work, almost impossible to do, of course. Even though if we have to do this one time per week, of course, you understand. So just to get the information, the right information to understand something, there is another way. You have to know, and you know, the information in hypnosis is completely polluted. It's completely polluted. Information. Do you believe the political, for example, when they speak on television? Of course not, because you know political are lying. They are lying because if they don't, they will not win anything, any election, because you cannot say the truth, because the truth is bad. Truth is bad. Promises are very good. But to maintain promises is very complicated, if not impossible. So they have to lie. They know they are lying. Maybe sometimes some of them they can believe in their same lies. Why not? But just a lie. They are just lies. So the information is completely polluted in just in the physical world, because any one of us, is lying in the world always, because of many things. I don't want to waste many time just to work about this. So why don't you think the information in hypnosis is completely pure, clear, and you can believe in everything one person in hypnosis is giving you? Why? Do you believe a political man? No. Maybe you want to believe in this, but it's different. You want to believe, but you don't believe, actually. So why you believe just on one person in hypnosis? Talking about wars, order, systems, power. Why? So to understand, to refine and filter the information in hypnosis, you have to watch many sessions. Many sessions, investigation session or personal sessions. Maybe you can study in training course to understand the mechanism of the esoteric interference. So in this case, your mind, day by day, is just listening to this information and can understand the logic behind this information. I mean, just an example: if you go to another country to learn a language, you have to stay there, just to stay every day listening to this language you don't understand, because your mind this way can understand the sounds can be repeated anytime. It can understand that any sound can be repeated is because it's a word repeated. Just a common information can be repeated in any sentences, any conversation, etc. So in this case, step by step, you can understand all the vocabulary, and after that, the rules to make together all these words to create a communication, a sentence. This is the same thing. You have to understand. You have to listen to many sessions just to understand the rules of this language. So you can understand. You stay there to understand everything because you know the language. You know the rules. So now we are asking questions, but with this consciousness, because we can filter the information, because we are already so watched and listened to many sessions. So please, Joanna, as you know, the question in this case is, what is the best information you got in your session? The best the more interesting for you
Yes,
as an
thank you.
operator, of course.
Thank you, Carlo. Thank you. Hello,
Mhm.
everyone. So happy to be here as always. So happy to do these investigations. Very interesting topics, very interesting information. In the investigation that we did about the Pope with Katerina, she perceived a beast, a felinoid, behind the Pope's subliminal part. She perceived that the Pope was oppressed and controlled in his pre reincarnation space, and also that there were a lot of secrets surrounding him, around him. She perceived Trump being related to this and speaking with some men in black, and that the Trump is also part of the deep state. And to conclude, from both of my sessions in English and in French, The same information that appears is that the Pope is controlled. He is not free.
Of course. Of course. Thank you, Joanna. I want to explain
Thank you.
something with this information Joanna just gave us right now, because you don't have to think that it is a phelinoid just aside the Pope. No. Maybe yes, but you don't know with this 100% of certainty. No. But you can understand the other entities as around the Pope, because Pope is just one very important person just in the system, a physical person into the system, in just this ecosystem between the physical world and the esoteric one. That's it. Phelinoid, maybe a reptiloid, maybe another kind of entity. We don't know. But we don't have to think, the phelinoid, it's just a phelinoid. You are 100% certain that it's a phelinoid. No. And for example, Trump, in this moment, Trump is the most important, influent political all over the world, of course. He's the president of the United States, just the most powerful country right now in the world. It's normal, it's part of the system. It's normal. Someone of them, someone of the people tell me, "Oh, Trust is anti-system, an anti-system president because it's not related with any past political something like that." No, it's just a political man, just a political person, just a piece of the system. Of course, you think he's an anti-system because he's telling you this an anti-system person, and you are believing a political lie, of course. But he's trying to create another system, his family system. In this system, there are the best trust people he has right now, their sons, their daughters, etc. When he dies, a son of him is just getting, is trying to get elected in the election in the future. You will listen about Trump family, just in all of your life, all your life long. Yes, because Trump is just a family. It's just what is the exactly word? Help me, please. A family in power. What is the exact word?
Generational?
No,
Dynasty?
a dynasty.
No.
Yes, something like that. A dynasty of power. And Trump was the first person in this family. Just it's just the first person, because in the past there were other names. Now Trump is the first person just to start another kind of dynasty. I don't remember just the exact word. If I remember, of course, I'll give you. And so let's go to other information. Christina, please, the same question for you.
Hi, hi everybody. So the most interesting fact that I saw and perceived was that everything is connected in a way that it's a new age kind of a plan. And in this election, the new pope is only a piece of the puzzle. So I'm excited to see what's happening in the world, what will happen. And I think we should do another part because I only collected from the surface. It has the potential of big information to receive and to take out from here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Christina. Well, more or less the same things. Just a system, a piece of the system. That's it. You can see a pope, you can see a president, you can see the television is showing you, but behind these faces, there are other people you don't know. They are in the
Yes,
system too, and they are more powerful than them because they are invisible. It's very important to be invisible when you do something that you cannot do when you are visible, because the strategy cannot be worked as the strategy has to work. So it's okay. Christina, thank you very much. And now disconnect your microphone, Christina, please. And Julia, the same question for you.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here to share my thoughts and findings from the investigations. I did the investigation in English and in Romanian. I can tell you the common information I found out about the Pope. He is not human. It's 100% reptilian. He didn't came as a baby. He took a human body, different, an English 26-year-old body and then Romanian 35-year-old body. And yeah, the election, it's a feast for the entities because people are paying attention to it. They harvest their attention, their intentions. And also, I found out that mm, in Vatican, right, there is a portal where they bring different kind of stuff. The Romanian part, they bringing the AI, they bringing the black goo, and in the English, something similar. And also Sundays are very important for them to keep those masses because the energy of the people is focused only on that. So it is the biggest energy harvesting on, people paying attention to those ceremonies, right? Or going to church and giving their intention and power and energy. And also the church bells, yeah, when they play, they have a frequency that I believe it's equal to the frequency of fear. So also the Catholicism has to how you say update, right? So the new update is the new age trend. So they have to kind of say synchronize with the new age in order to go on with their plans and all that. I think that's it for now. Thank you. And also, Carlo, I want to say that maybe Trump, he wants to become an emperor.
Okay, well, actually he is because
Yes.
when talk about emperor, etc., is because uh, it's because
Empire. Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. He wants to build an empire. Yes.
Yeah, empire. The empire is just because it's something they want to extend. That this is the vision, just to extend, and maybe just to extend, you can acquire and conquer other countries. This is the empire. For example, the capitalism is just an empire because the capitalism is just to go to conquer other markets. For example, the imperialism of the markets. For example, so of course the mind of Trump is this way, just to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, thank you, Julia.
Also, I want to add a little bit that I think it's not a coincidence that the Pope has the American background, connecting with Trump and all this, creating more webs and connections to Europe to get more power.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Of course, good information is because Julia say that there is a portal in the Vatican City. There is a portal. Or Vatican is a portal, of course, because if you are a very big, great piece of the system, you have to communicate to other part, to the other dimension. So how do you communicate with other part? With portals, just the channels, communication way to communicate. So portal is just one of this way. Of course, there is a portal. You can close the portal, you can open another one, you can stay open it. That's it. But the way to do it, or one of the best way to do it, is just a portal. Normal. So this is the way to analyze the session. You don't have to think, oh, Julia told me, or the support person told Julia that there is a portal just in this position because I don't know, but no, you cannot be sure about the position of the portal, the dimension of the other part that there is behind the spot. No, you have to understand that there is a portal because the portal is just one of the way to communicate to the other line, the other dimension. And the Vatican, of course, is just a part in the physical world to be communicated and connected to the other part because the function, the work of the Vatican is very important to make people under their religion control. Of course. That's it, the way to understand investigation session. And I'm here just to explain you every week, in base of the answers we got from the support, from the session, this kind of thinking, this kind of analyzing. Just stay in the general concept, stay there. Because if you want to go just more and more into the details, you are giving you are getting far and far for the real information, from the truth. because you are getting just in the details. And when you get more details, you are just reduce the vision, you are just reduce the infinite co-creation you can do with this information. You more general you stay, more um, um, more co-creation you can understand under this situation. So the general situation. You don't have to fix your attention just in the tree, on the plants, on the flower. No, get up and observe the forest, observe the world, observe the system from above. This the idea to understand it. Okay, so another things I wanna say that you are watching this video now. You can be a sponsor of them. Joanna, Christina, Julia, or other operator. What is a sponsor? Sponsor is just a way to participate to the session some way. I am going to explain you how, and just to support this person to do more sessions, to practice more investigation session. Why? How? Because, as you know, just to maintain all this, the structure to create investigation session every week, there are many people just to work in this translator, coordinator. You can imagine the work behind this work. And so they pay just a quote just to maintain the structure. It's very symbolic. It's just $27, something like that. So they do. They pay this just to participate in this investigation session. But if you want, you can pay for them, for one of them, for example, just to support it, support that person. And when you support, you sponsor an operator with his or her support, you can participate to the session. How? Just to stay there, present in the session, during the session. And after the session, when the operator just is over all the questions, the fixed questions of the protocol, and his or her free exploration, it's just your turn. You have to ask question to the support at the final of the session to get other information for the support. 3, 4, 5 questions, I don't know. It depends. The operator knows what are the rules of this kind of sponsoring of the session. That's it. So if you want to more information about sponsor, you can write to this email address, investigations at calogerogrifasi.com. The same email address you are seeing right now on the screen. Very simple, no? Perfect.
We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you.
Okay. Last week we had a lot of sponsor, and next week I know there are more sponsors to come, and it's a very good thing. And the themes of the protocol is a secret, not because it's a secret, of course. It's just because we want to pollute the less possible any information. Because if the support person, the person to go into hypnosis knows the themes, maybe can be pollute this information with his or her education information in he or her has, etc. So we are trying to avoid the situation. So to allow less contamination, we keep secret the theme just until the moment they are in hypnosis to get the questions. And that's it. So, Joanna, tell me.
Carlo, there's an interesting question if you want to answer. Robert M. 307. Yeah,
This one.
2073. Yeah, this one. I
All
think
right.
it's interesting too.
Thank you, Joanna. So, how do you both support an operator? I think. How do you both stay away from any interference? From me and Claudia, maybe. I don't know. Daily practice, high level of awareness. No. Or yes. Wait a moment. High level of awareness, yes, because if you know your power and everything you want, it just happens in your space. Of course, if you don't want to get interfered, you are not going to be interfered. Of course, this is the correct answers. Daily practice. If you mean daily practice just to stay on the piece, o sea, just to watch sensations, to be informed, updated, etc., maybe yes, because you can maintain your information updated in some way. No, it's just if you are going to train every day in the gym, of course, you are get stronger. No, you can train better some martial arts, for example. If you don't go, of course, the moment you go in the gym, you are without so many strength, we have many pains in the muscles. In the martial arts, you are get just down just in a few seconds, of course, because of the training. So if you maintain yourself trained, your mind trained is better, of course, to maintain your level of awareness just in a good level. That's it. Thank you. Time is over. We have to go. If one of you want to say something just to before to close, please. Joanna, yes?
It everything depends on the beliefs you have. That's what I want to say. If you believe that you can be interfered by encountering or observing an entity or anything really, then the possibilities that you will grow. But if you believe in yourself, if you believe in your own power, and that nothing can happen, that we have access to all the information, there are no limits really to what you can do.
Mhm. Yes. Thank
That's it.
you, Joanna.
Thank you.
Now, last thing before to close, I'm gonna put you in the comment box just the link of the investigation channel on YouTube. You can watch just the investigation channel this week about Joanna, Christina, Julia. They are here now. And in the box information, you can have the contacts of Joanna, Christina, Julia, and one of them. Just maybe you want a session with them, with Joanna, with Julia, or whatever you want. You can get the contact there. If you want a session, for example, with me, you can send an email to info@calogerogrifasi.com. You are seeing there on the screen. And for every information you need, training courses, sessions, etc., right there, send to info@calogero.com. We are here just to attend you. So thank you very much, Claudia, Joanna, Christina, Julia, to stay here with me today
My
with
pleasure.
us. And
Thank you,
see you next
Carlo.
week. Maybe, I don't know,
Thank you.
maybe next week, I don't know, because I'm traveling. So it's a little complicated just to organize for me now times. But maybe when I'm in Dubai again, we can do English lives in 2 times. One just Wednesday, 1:11 Italian time, like today, just for Q&A day, and on Friday, 1:11, 1:30 Italian time for investigation live. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much. See
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.